Okay, hi everybody. It's
Hi.
River and I. It's Friday, and we are back for making a sandwich. I was kind of confused about the sandwich this week. I had my girlfriend yesterday told me, "Why don't you make a bologna sandwich?" And I said, "Bologna? That's not really odd." She goes, "It's odd because nobody eats bologna sandwiches anymore." So I was
Sure.
going to make a bologna sandwich, and then I changed my mind because it's hard to find really good all beef bologna, and I didn't want to just eat, icky bologna. So I decided to make a very healthy vegetarian sandwich that I used to eat when I was a vegetarian, because I was a vegetarian once, and I think River will like it. And we're going to make two of them because I haven't had lunch. River did his food review, and he ate. How many things did you eat?
8 things.
He ate 8 things.
No, 7.
7 things. And I was waiting to eat my lunch. So it's now what, 2:30, 3 o'clock?
2:17.
2:17, and I'm going to make this sandwich as fast as I can so I can eat it. It's a combination of butter lettuce,
Rabbit food.
River calls it. What's this, River? A white mushroom, raw. And look at this pretty pepper. It looks like a
slice.
flower. Isn't it pretty? That's cutting off, that's buying a really shapely red pepper and just cutting off the end, and you get this pretty flower.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty flower.
It is, and this is a very thin cucumber. And this is very thin avocado.
It falls apart now.
And this is very thin tomato.
Tomato.
You say tomato, I say tomato. And this,
we did, but backwards.
I know. I decided to not just put cucumbers on it, but what are these?
My favorite. Pickles.
These are pickles.
Wait, are they sweet pickles?
They're sweet and tart pickles. So we're going to put the pickles on there. And salt and pepper.
Sweet? No. I mean, I don't like sweet.
Well,
I guess I'll just
going
have
to be
to try
a teeny weeny bit sweet.
I'll have to
Most of it is savory. And this time I didn't make aioli because I wanted to just use straight Best Foods mayonnaise because it's really good all by itself. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to add anything.
Mayonnaise is the original aioli.
Yeah. So let's start with our spreader from France. So we'll spread this on. I hate to make a mess of the mayonnaise. Louis, no, you can't have any more food. He's had an avocado. He's had a piece of a red pepper.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Yeah, Louis is a dog.
He's right there.
He's right here.
Yeah.
He always is right at our feet when we're doing this video.
Because he wants the food.
But he can't have any
There's
more
no
bites.
meat today, unfortunately.
I've been giving him raw vegetables, and the vet said it was okay. So he's eaten radishes, he's eaten avocado, he's eaten carrots, he's eaten apples, he's eaten kiwi fruit.
I like kiwi a little bit. But
see, I'm putting this on both sides.
I hate kiwi when it's sour.
And I hate it when it's sweet. You like it when it's ripe and sweet?
Yeah.
I don't like it like that. I put it in a smoothie.
Why not?
Because it almost tastes like it's rotten to me, kind of.
Oh, I like it because it's juicy and it's like, but not mushy sweet. That's gross.
Yeah, not mushy sweet.
I like
that's what I'm talking about.
No. When the texture is like sour but it's sweet, that's my favorite. And it's rarely like that.
Rare, yeah. You have to get it the very day it's like that.
You have to get it like at a Mexican grocery store.
Louis, now you stop growling.
Louis is growling.
Louis is like demanding that I give him some food. You can't have any. So River and I've got a few things we wanted to tell you today, a few funny stories that have happened this week. So River, I'm done with this mayonnaise. If you want to put it away, because remember what happens to mayonnaise if you don't put it back in the fridge.
You get salmonella if you eat it.
Very good. He's such a smart boy.
Thank you. I'm genius.
Did he find... Oh, speaking of kiwi, so do you eat the peeling?
No.
You can, you know.
Wait.
You
I
can
eat
bite
it?
the peeling and eat it. Okay, I'm putting on
I'm gonna eat it.
butter lettuce. Two, let's see, making 2 sandwiches. 2 butter lettuce.
Thank you.
2 butter lettuces on here.
2 rabbit foods.
2 rabbit foods and tomatoes, whatever you want to call them.
I don't like the skin. It feels like
I know.
It feels like I'm swallowing a dry sponge.
SpongeBob.
It's so itchy. I'm gonna peel the skin off.
And I also am going to put some cheddar. I forgot to show you this.
Oh, yeah.
Rich cheddar from Costco.
It's really flaky.
Okay, there goes a pretty flower. Beautiful flower.
Not really.
Pepper. Like a flower. Louis, stop barking and
but I have
growling.
to deal with it.
Now I'm going to put on the rooms, the white rooms.
The white rooms.
White rooms.
At least it's not the back rooms.
So those go on there.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
The back room. I'm going to take you in the back room, River. Give you a spanking. Have you ever,
Yeah,
had,
she's
have you ever had a spanking?
of course, every kid has, I'm sure.
I don't know. I heard people weren't spanking kids anymore.
Um,
Just talking to them or
you're just
trying to
spoiling them.
reason with them
Just spoiling them.
or just ignoring them, letting them get away with murder. Or telling them to just go to their room and play on their machines and leave the parents alone, which is a terrible thing to do as far as I'm concerned. These are the sweet, what are they called? Bread and butter. These are bread and butter pickles. They're the last thing I put on. Oh, no,
No,
the cheese.
it's funny because I always mention a bunch of stuff from my generation, and then someone was calling her. It was a spam caller. It's so bad. Anyways,
Bam.
yeah, spam caller called you twice in a row, like super quick. So, anyways,
Oh.
yeah.
Well,
So,
like,
anyways,
not
I was talking about the back rooms.
It's
just
Louis
like
stuff.
this-
No.
It's this video game where there's go in these rooms and they're endless. But she thought since she's old fashioned, she thought, let me go in the back room, give you a spanking.
They used
That's
to call it the.
Big
Woodshed.
generation gap. Big giant generation gap.
Well, I
I'm almost the last generation. I'm the second last.
I never really got a lot of spankings.
That's good.
And my mom said I never threw a temper tantrum. Okay, there's our two
Fortunate.
beautiful.
I was a temper tantrum king.
Okay, here's our beautiful stacking. We built this sandwich, stacked it all up like we're building a house.
House.
And then we put, this is Dave's thin slice bread with Best Foods mayonnaise. Press it down. Remember? No, I think we'll just,
Those hours.
I'm going to save one of these for Steve when he comes. I'm going to try to get away with giving Steve this for dinner because it's a complete meal.
Well, you
just-
tell him there's meat in it.
I could have made 3. I was making all these sandwiches because I only cut up a little time, this much of the red pepper, this much of the cucumber. So this goes a long ways. If a person is poor and doesn't have a lot of money and you can just buy veggies, this is a delicious sandwich. So now we're going to press it down. I'm going to have River, when he's done eating his kiwi, take this.
Wait, how do you
See,
know?
look how much I have left.
How do you know it's delicious?
Well, I don't really, but I used to eat these. Remember when I was a vegetarian?
Oh.
Want to get the Amish lady's knife?
Oh yeah, the
Oh.
Amish lady.
Okay.
Amish
Get the Amish lady's knife. Cut these little darling little sandwiches. That's a good boy.
Can't point annoy from
I
the
was,
Amish lady.
I was listening to the dog whisperer talk about how to get a dog to stop doing something instead of yelling at it and saying no and all that. Oh, this is a good one.
The Amish lady.
Instead of yelling at it and saying no or go sit down and all that, you're supposed to get up and make the sound of a snake. You're supposed to go sss, and then put your foot right on its side, real gentle, and just go sss, and put your foot on it, and the dog will go down and lay down.
That worked. That worked on Louis. I did
It
it.
does. And my husband didn't believe me. Last night I told him he was yelling at Louis, saying no. And I said, Steve, try this. And he didn't believe me. And he tried it, and Louis just went over and laid down.
I did it too,
Fearless.
like 2 weeks ago. It worked.
The dog whisperer knows what he's talking about.
Well,
Why
most of
would
the time.
anybody not listen to a dog?
Well, most of the time, because I've seen a lot of dog whisperers saying a lot of insane things.
Really?
And they
I've only
didn't-
seen
they
the
didn't-
one.
They didn't work on me.
Okay, so River, do you think you're gonna eat this whole sandwich?
I don't think so. I've
So
eaten a lot.
Kim, do you want some of this sandwich? Kim's in the living room watching the Waltons.
John Boy.
John Boy and
Not John
Jim
Boy.
Bob. Jim Bob.
All I know is John Boy. I don't really
John
watch
Boy,
the
Jim
Waltons.
Bob.
I don't really watch the Waltons.
Elizabeth.
Here's some sandwich.
Here you go, Kim. There's your sandwich. There's Rivers. And I'm gonna eat a whole half. See how little this is though? This is a tiny little sandwich.
This is little, Caroline.
Okay, going in.
3, 2, 1.
Going in.
You love it?
Mmm. Are you full?
No.
This is super good.
Okay.
Mmm.
Better than I was
This
expecting.
is my favorite sandwich of all sandwiches.
Better than I was expecting. It's
Mm.
not my favorite, but it's
Which one
pretty
is your
good.
favorite? Tongue?
No, not the tongue. It was too spicy. The
The
horseradish.
flour?
Yeah, the flour power. That was really good. You know, the patty melt would have been my favorite, but it was too big and too dry and too thick. I loved the taste on that though. It was good. Really good.
What about the peach jam?
That one was also my favorite. At the time, that was my most favorite. You know which one was you know which one's my most favorite of all?
The pork and bean.
No. I hated that one. The depression sandwich
Oh yeah.
with the tomato.
Yeah, people don't think that would be good. But this River, this is absolutely delicious. I know Steve's gonna want this for dinner.
It's better than I was expecting. It's okay. I'll give it a
Mm.
solid 6.5 out of 10.
The red pepper,
How about you? Like 9.5, 10?
I
Nine?
give it a 10.
You always give everything a 10.
No,
You gotta be specific.
no, the last sandwich we made, I didn't like. I didn't like the patty melt, and I didn't like.
That was not the last one. The last one.
Oh, that was peanut butter and mayonnaise.
I hated that one. That one was gross. And when she said, "This one isn't very odd today," I was like, "It's not."
Well, I was so hungry today.
Oh,
Anything would have tasted good, but I think this is good.
this is good. The last one they did, I have to spit it out. I'll give that one a 1 out of 10. It was good.
I think the bread and butter pickles make it really good.
That's the best thing in there. The mayonnaise puts it together.
Yeah. And I didn't have any onion. I usually put thin sliced onion, but
Oh.
this is good without the onion. I think it's better without onion.
I disagree.
Mmm. 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 Mmm.
3 mms.
Everybody has to make this sandwich.
3 mms. Okay. Oh yeah. Make the sandwich. We all explained the ingredients in the
Mm-hmm.
first part of the video. Go rewind it. See what they are.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was about 3 minutes in when we said what was in it, or 2 minutes. Just go rewind it right now, and then come back and see some other stuff.
And we put salt and pepper on it.
Oh yeah, salt and pepper. Now
Pretty
go
much,
rewind it.
you always have to put salt and pepper on sandwiches. It just adds it just brings out all the flavor.
Yeah.
Well, River and I have a couple things we're going to talk about and show you today that might be interesting. So River's going to take, I'm going to save this for Steve unless you want to eat it.
No, it's yeah.
Actually, I could eat it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to save it for Steve. But I can make another one. I've got all the fixins over there.
It's
All the fixins.
I'll be honest.
Okay, listen, River, do you mind getting me that microwave cloth? My hands are all dirty. Where is it? Right there? Where's the microwave cloth? No, the
The microwave.
the one from Marshall's. Yeah, that one.
Not the microwave, the microfiber.
I mean the micro. What I call it a microwave?
I was going to the microwave for no reason.
Sorry. I'm just confused today because I was so hungry. All I had was a cup of coffee at like 6 o'clock,
6 in the morning.
and I was so tired. Then we went to Starbucks, and I had one of those matcha
Those don't fill you up.
lattes.
But those will fill you up. I don't know why you had one.
So
Should have probably got something.
kind of been a disaster. I'm gonna throw this, okay?
You made it.
Wow, I did.
I mean, I wish we would have had another camera angle, but she made it.
So River, what was it I wanted to show them that was so special to me? And you said, can I show them?
The flowers. Yeah, I was gonna hold them, but during the video, but
Well, I have 4 rose bushes, and this is the first time I've clipped all 4 rose bushes and put them in a vase, in a bouquet.
yeah.
So this is a double delight. This is yellow, this is red, this is dark red, and that's what it is.
Yep.
I wish I would have gotten a white rose.
Oh, this one's kind of dying a little.
Hold on, even.
Mm.
Oh no, is that the bud?
Yeah.
That's ouch. We gotta be careful with the roses. Well, thank you for showing them that. Isn't that beautiful?
They smell
Let me
delicious.
smell 'em.
They smell delicious. They smell really good.
Oh, they do. We should have eaten some of those on the sandwich.
Can we eat one? Can I eat one?
Well,
Or are they not edible?
well, they are edible, but
Oh.
you just want to eat one by itself.
They smell good, yeah. I mean, unless you don't want color to escape from
Yeah,
this.
I don't want to ruin them. Okay, we don't really need to eat them.
We're just savages. I'm eating beautiful stuff that we shouldn't. Oh, no, no.
So, River, anything exciting happened to you with your surgery? I want to talk about.
Oh, yes. Yesterday, I got my stitches removed. So that means only one more week of this Band-Aid right here. And then I'll be good to go. But for like maybe a month more, I should just take it really easy so it won't get infected, ripped, or burned, or anything like that. Or frozen.
Today was a really hot day.
Yeah, it was 110. And it's not even summer. And Coachella Fest is happening today.
Right in our backyard.
Only a mile.
Crazy.
We only live a mile away from Coachella Fest. It's like so close. I live.
Everybody is so excited about it, and all the locals are just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Unless
We're
you
locals.
are renting a casita, and you can make. I just heard this morning from a friend that knew a friend that had a casita that made $30,000 during the 3 weeks because it was $1,000 a night.
Wow.
So that person, you know, I don't know what they did.
$1,000. $1,000 a night for a casita.
Yeah, $1,000.
Did you know Coachella Fest is almost $2,000 a day?
That's just disgusting, and it's just a
Six-
disgusting place. It's just-
$6,000 a week for that just gross party.
and it's just a big
I don't
sand.
even even like the singers there. You know, Shabuzi with their bar song, boring, stupid. I don't like it.
Is that Stagecoach or?
That's Stagecoach, yeah, but I don't like it.
But the venue is just a big dusty, like huge campground with thousands
why
of people on it.
why here? Why in the desert? In
Why
the
did they
middle
choose
of the-
Coachella? I
Yeah,
don't know.
they could have chosen like somewhere where the music festivals. You know,
Like Monterey,
yeah,
Carmel.
yeah. Or you know, up north, like 40 miles north of here, is a little place called 20 miles, 40, 30, around there. About that much north is Yucca Valley, and from us, and
Yucca
there's
Valley.
another music fest up there. You know.
Oh yeah, that Pappy and Harriet's Pioneer Village is up there.
Why
in
up
Yucca-
there too?
And
That's worse.
everybody loves
Listen,
that.
that's worse than here, okay? Because we have at least palm trees and grass. I mean, they have palm trees too, but we have more greenery down here.
Yeah.
They have more high desert. That's a high desert where Pappy and Harriet's is at.
Look up Pappy and Harriet's. I think you'd be surprised at the venue. People from LA come there. They
People
come from all over.
Arizona come. People from Northern
people from
California come.
International, from Europe. They come to Pappy and Harriet's. And the only time I went with a bunch of my girlfriends.
I've never been.
Because they had Donna and the Buffalo coming from New York, and she's a famous group, and she wears a washboard, an old washboard, and she plucks on this washboard. Anyway, they were a really good band, and everybody gets up and dances, and so you know who I saw that was famous
I'm not
there?
surprised. They're Yankees.
I saw a famous, what you might say, I saw a TV star there one time.
What?
And his name is Patrick something.
Patrick.
He was on the series called The Suits.
Squidward, Patrick. Oh, Suits LA.
Okay, Suits. Yeah. So he was the young attorney, I think it was. Were they attorneys?
Yeah, they're like investigator. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot. There's like something official, like something governmental.
Legal.
Yeah, legal.
Anyway, he was sitting there with a whole bunch of
that
people.
shit.
And I went up to him and I said, "Excuse me." I said, "I don't mean to, be intrusive, but you look like somebody that I watched the series of Suits.
You
And
do.
you look like him. And I just want to know if you really are him or if you're just somebody that looks like him." And he grabbed a hold of my hand. He goes, "Honey, I am him."
Dang.
He was real sweet.
How long ago was that?
Oh, maybe 10 years ago.
I don't even watch Suits. I don't really like it.
But that was fun that I ran into him. So anyway, what happened here? So are you done with your week and what you went through? Is that all you went through?
Yeah.
Well, we went through a really hard construction type, labor intense project.
You sound like you're trying to describe something in a puzzle.
But anyway, what it was
25 words or
we
less.
had to move
oh yeah.
all this furniture, everything out of the living room, dining room, and kitchen.
Can I show them?
And River's going to take the camera around and show you what we. Well, first, let me tell them what we did.
Okay.
So what we did, we had to pull up all the carpet and the foam that's under the carpet and clean the dust that's under the foam. The dust was like 1/4 of an inch thick all over the place. I had to sweep that. I got probably a gallon of dust.
Gallons.
And
probably.
take all of the little tacks.
There's 1,000 of them.
Oh, I think there was 1,000. They were just all over the
Tell
place.
them about the butter knife thing. That was funny.
Oh, I will tell
That
them
was
about
so painful and funny. Yeah.
Well, so you all know that I have macular degeneration. I can't see very well. So I'm supposed to be pulling these tacks out of the floor with these big pliers. And since I couldn't see it, I had to feel it with my finger, and then I had to get the plier on there just right to pull. So it just took me a really long time.
She
to
did
do
that
it.
996 times.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I did quite a few, but
Yeah.
anyway, so then the next day, when we thought they were all out, I saw 4 of them over here on the floor, and I thought, oh no. So then I couldn't find the pliers. So I went in the kitchen drawer and I got a butter knife, and I stuck the butter knife under the little staple, and it just popped out like as easy as could be. I didn't.
4 of them. You could have done that with all of them.
Oh, I know. If I would have had that butter knife
could have
instead of those
both
big
done it
honking
with- You
pliers.
could have both done it with all of them.
My hand was just killing me. It was a very hard job. But anyway, then sweeping the dust and all that. So River's going to show you what it looks like now that all of the hardest work is done. Now my husband just has to lay the flooring.
Okay, you'll get a look at the floor.
What it looks like.
3, 2, 1, look.
I know I'm kind of monopolizing this whole thing, but there was one more thing that happened that I didn't tell you about yet.
What?
Well, I kind of mentioned it.
What?
I had to go to DMV yesterday with the papers from my optometrist to show them. And so I didn't know whether I was going to be canceled. My license would be canceled because I can't see very well because the report was not that good. But I do drive around and I see in the daytime, I can see everything fine. I don't not see anything. But anyway, I was thinking, well, since anyway, when I went there, she said, you're going to have to take the driver's test with what's it called? What do they call when they go with you? Officer.
Instructor.
Instructor. You have to take the test with an instructor. And I said, well, maybe I should just forget it and not drive. If the doctor thinks that I'm so bad and you think I'm bad, and then maybe I should just give up.
I'm back.
Give up on my driver's license and just let it go. And she goes, no, don't do that. She said, just go with it. And I said, well, okay.
with the
So I made an
flow.
appointment. So on the 22nd of May. So I have a temporary license, remember, till May 2nd, May 3rd. And so I can't drive from May 3rd to May 22nd until I take my license, because I don't have any license. I'd be driving illegally. So on May 22nd, I will go in and I will drive around. And I said, is it the same kind of test everybody else takes? She goes, no, it's not. It's going to take you to places to see if you can see. So I thought, well, that's okay. Then we'll do that. And then I will know for sure. If he tells me you should not be driving, I will accept that. Because I don't want to drive if I'm going to hurt somebody else or myself or, cause a problem. So I'm kind of a little bit apprehensive about what's going to happen May 22nd. But I have a lot of friends that told me not to worry about this. They'll pick me up. And River is offered to drive me.
In 4 years, I'll drive when I'm 18.
He'll be my chauffeur. If he's still around, he might be long gone from the desert by then.
Nah, I like it here.
He
I
might
like
be in New York.
No, I don't like New York. I like here. I'll be doomed if I go to New York. Everybody hates each other. Not even LA. I'll just stay here.
Okay, good.
Maybe move to Arizona when I'm in my 40s.
Well, that's
Why would I
fine.
want to move there? Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Arizona's just like here.
I'll figure it out.
You should go to Washington. That's where you love. You've had all those
Oh,
wonderful experiences. in
Washington. I should move there. Either Yakima. No, Yakima's kind of ugly. I bet. Seattle. No,
Well, is this
Seattle's too big. Bellingham. Bellingham too much. has
Canada? Why don't you go to Canada?
Too much homeless. Canada. I don't like it there. I mean, I like the people there. I love the people there. I just don't really like it's too green. It's too remote. Canada is just Canada. It's like Northern America.
I like Canada.
I mean, I like Canada. I like the cities in Canada. I just don't like the forest because they're more vicious. I've noticed in an American forest. Have you ever seen the documentaries?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go to the San Juan Islands?
Yeah. Why?
Did you take the ferry?
Yeah, I took the ferry.
Orcas Island.
I went to Victoria, the Washington, Canada,
Yeah.
Vancouver.
So you went to Victoria, but did you go on the San Juans? Did you stop at each one of those islands and end up at Friday Harbor?
No, we didn't. I saw them, but I was like close to them.
Oh, okay.
Like we were like really close.
I know you were really close because Anacortes is where you get on the ferry.
Yeah.
And then you take the ferry goes to 5 different islands.
I mean, we weren't on the island. We were close to them.
Yeah, you didn't go.
Yeah, it was not a tour. It was more of just a ferry.
Well, people, I don't know why people don't realize that is an outstanding thing to do. Because you get on a beautiful ferry, you stop at each island, and they're very unique. Each one is unique, but the last one is called Friday Harbor or San Juan. There's 2 names for it.
San Juan.
So there's a little bit of history behind those islands. Because back when Kaiser Wilhelm was...
I don't know.
Back in history, when they were mapping out the Americas and the Canadians and dividing the lands and who gets what, it was a big decision. It was a big decision in who was going to get those islands, America or Canada.
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 Where you come out with that?
Yeah.
Canada's worse than Canada.
And it was a big, decision. And Kaiser Wilhelm at that time was controlling a lot of things. I don't know why.
Also, one more thing about Canada. I used to call when I was little. I used to call them Canadians. I didn't know what the thing was.
Canadiers.
And I used to say when I was little, I had a hard time saying guitar, and I would say guitar, and then sausage. I would say sausage or sausage or something like that.
You know what I said for strawberries?
Huh.
Tawberries. Everybody thought
Okay,
that was
that's-
so funny.
That's too easy.
I want some tall berries.
Oh, you want some tall berries?
Tall
I
berries.
know. But it sounds like
Strawberry. I couldn't say straw. I said tall berries.
oh,
Anyway, back
like,
to the San Juan
yeah.
Islands. So
Yeah.
they had to make a decision on who was going to get those islands. Who was going to. So they set unclaimed for a period of time, and there was a war there. So a 13-year war went on between those two factions.
Wow.
And this is really interesting, River. I know that you might be bored with history,
No,
but
no,
this
I'm
is really,
stretching.
really interesting.
I'm stretching.
And the way I found out about it was when I went to the San Juans, I went on a tour, like the museum, there were two spots, two camps, and they took you to the American camp and the English camp because there was a war that was going to go on between England and America on making a decision who gets the islands, Canada or America. Anyway, it lasted for 13 years, this war. So when I went to this on this museum tour, they took me to the American camp, and they showed me where the Americans stayed for 13 years. Nobody fought the war. There was no war, but they were camped out in case. And then they showed me the English camp. Now, the interesting thing about these camps so the reason that there was a war in the first place was a Canadian Hudson Bay made blankets.
Hudson Bay is huge.
Hudson Bay makes these beautiful wool blankets,
Oh, I didn't know.
and then the Americans had one of the squatters. Everybody was like a squatter because this land didn't belong to anybody. The American squatters, they had a boar. This one American farmer had a beautiful breeding boar. You know what a boar is? A pig, big pig.
Boar's head.
Boar. So one
Retarded.
of the Canadians shot and killed the boar,
Poor
and
boar.
that's what started the war. There was going
Over
to be
a boar?
there was going to be a war between the Canadian people on the island and the American people on the island. So they had, not the Canadians. So they had to put up. So in order for America to win, the English came over to help them fight this war. So there were two camps waiting for a war over the killing of this pig. Anyway, so what happened was nothing happened.
Killing of a pig.
There was
guys.
no war.
A killing of a pig. Something that people do every day. Something that I eat in sandwiches.
But this was a breeding pig. This was a big deal.
Oh.
This was a money-making pig.
Oh.
Anyway, so what was interesting to me, the most interesting thing, and I'm not trying to come down on the Americans, but they told me the tour guide said the American camp became a horrible camp.
Oh.
All of the soldiers, there was no war, so they're just sitting around for 13 years. All of the soldiers became despondent, depressed, alcoholics, fighting.
Tisk.
That.
Tisk.
But the English camp was a totally different camp.
I
The
bet.
English, first thing now, listen, this is interesting.
I
The
know.
first thing the English did was they planted rose gardens. Then they set up bird feeders and brought in the birds and fruit trees and planted
Very
them.
peaceful.
Then they brought some of the women over from England to join them, and they had this
Very
beautiful camp, like a paradise camp, and they were happy, and they had barbecues and get-togethers.
Wow.
Now the Americans are over here laying around alcoholics, depressed. So by the time the whole thing was over, he said, the Americans were going to the English camp and joining their picnics. So that was the 13-year war in that area, and I just found that fascinating history.
Wow.
Just shows what people, what people can do and can't do, and it shows how important the beautiful flowers and trees and birds and women and children, how that makes lifestyle different, right? So if you're ever back up there again, River, I would definitely suggest that you go to the San Juan Island.
Canada. Well, I've been to Canada twice.
No, I'm talking about
I know,
those
the
islands.
San Juan Island. Yeah.
So anyway, the decision was made. So who do you think got the islands?
Uh,
America.
America.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Amerima, but I forgot we're on the sandwich.
But
video,
Victoria
not the
is
shorts.
another story. So if you were in Victoria,
Victoria is kind of scary.
Scary. Why?
Well, I mean, some parts of it.
I can't even imagine Victoria being scary. Suzanne and I used to go over there on the ferry from Port Angeles.
No, look in the middle of Victoria, like not on the edge where you guys went.
Yeah. Oh, I
Like
didn't
the
go.
forest. I've seen this show called Alone, and they're over there in Victoria. They have to survive. Whoever survives last gets $500,000. And there's bears.
Oh, so it-
bears attacking the camp. Other creatures, they starve. They have to swim to get their food. Fish.
So it's all survival.
It's survival. Yeah. Sometimes it's weeks, months,
I
maybe
can't watch
even
those
years.
shows.
Maybe even years. Yeah, I've seen it. It's really, I love that show.
I love Castaway though.
Mm.
It's one of my favorite movies, Castaway.
Mm.
But I've watched the survival thing and it just gets really weird
I mean,
to me.
I like that. I
Yeah, I
like
know.
those. I know. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I think that's enough storytelling and sandwich making and flower.
Oh,
Power.
one more thing about Victoria, the
Yeah.
Butchart Gardens.
Well, that's 30 miles away.
I know it's beautiful though.
Oh, I've never been there. Really.
Oh, it's so.
You got to see Lion King in New York, and
Oh.
I didn't get to do that. And you got to go to Bouchard Gardens, and I've never been.
I've been to New York twice.
Well, I've been about 4 times.
I don't really like New York that much.
I do.
I'd prefer LA. Even LA.
I mean,
is bad.
I like Central Park. It's one of the most beautiful parks I've ever seen.
Okay, listen. I like LA because it's closer. You know, it's not that far. It's like 2 hours from here. But New York's too far. But if we were just rating them not for distance and for how the things were, then I would choose New York.
You know, the funny thing when we were there
'Cause
last
New York
year,
is beautiful
we're on
sometimes.
a tour bus, big black shiny tour bus,
Yeah.
50 of us.
Wow.
But then, you know, they stop and let you out places. And it was funny, all of us had to go to the bathroom. So he stopped at Trump Towers. And we all
Oh.
ran into Trump Towers and used the bathroom.
Oh my
This
god.
big golden palace. we're running
Mr.
through
Trump, we need the most beautiful restroom in America.
That was funny. All of us going in there to go to the bathroom.
Just to go to
And
the
then at
bathroom.
Tiffany's, people can just go into Tiffany's all day
Wow.
long and look at all that jewelry. And
Tiffany.
nobody ever buys anything. They just go in there and look at it all.
That's
They've
crazy.
got about 10 security people all over the place. Very
Have you ever tried to go up
sophisticated.
that? Have you tried to go up that Empire State Building?
Steve did. I didn't.
It's
go.
expensive.
It's expensive, and I'm afraid of heights. So Steve.
I'm not
went.
afraid of heights. It's expensive, but it's not worth it. I've never been up there, but I've just seen views from up there. I don't think it's worth it. It's just a building, guys. A building. You can do that from the taller one, the one that has that fast elevator that goes all the way up there.
What's
And
the
the
name of that one? Is that the Freedom Park? Where they had the Twin Towers.
yeah, it's the tall building where the Twin Towers were. And then also they have a little mall, a Westfield Mall under, and then like a tiny little Westfield Mall. And how many times did I say Westfield Mall?
Westfield Mall is in Palm Desert.
No, not anymore. It's called the Shops. But there's Westfield. You know Westfield is a mall chain, right?
Yeah,
You know there's one in Seattle. I've been to that one.
yeah. My mom used to work at Westfield's jewelry shop. It was a Westfield's jewelry.
Anyways, back to the New York one. There's like this why I don't know why, but the mall looks like a rib cage. I've been inside of it. It looks small from the outside, but it's really big on the inside. It's like weird. I don't know why. It's like that weird illusion where things like buildings look really small on the inside, but it's like there's one like trampoline park when I was like little in Washington State, Marysville. I think.
Oh, Marysville is where my grandson.
Yeah.
Evan is.
Anyways, we talked about that twice.
I know, Evan.
And anyways, that little trampoline park was so small on the outside. I thought it was just gonna be one trampoline, one tiny trampoline. I was like, oh, we're just going to an office. It looked like an office building, and it was in a strip mall. So I thought it was gonna be really small. On the
Did you
inside.
jump on the trampoline?
Here's the thing: I jump on the trampolines. It was super huge on the inside, Carolyn. It was huge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, this is what caught me off guard. The entryway was small because of the strip mall next to it, but they didn't see the behind it where it's this whole building and it's so tall. I didn't even see the tall building behind it.
Wow.
I thought it was something else.
An illusion, kind of.
Yeah, it was an illusion. Oh, I just thought it was gonna be.
That was kind of neat that they
Yeah.
created that, and you didn't think it was like Alice in Wonderland or something.
I had a dream like that once. I went into this little shack and it became a mansion on the inside. Yeah,
Yeah, that's funny.
yeah.
I had a house like that in Silver Lake, Oregon. It looked like a dumpy little house until you opened the door, and it was just beautiful inside.
Wow.
It's like one of those rocks that you cut open. They look ugly on the outside. You cut them open and they're beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what my house was like.
Oh, wow.
Everybody walked in, they went, "Wow, this is beautiful." They thought it was just a little shack, because it was a little shack. We figured it out.
So, anyways, you want to get the ending?
Yeah, but when you were talking, I thought of something.
This video is about to be 40 minutes.
Okay, well let's say goodbye.
Okay. Well, we'll see you all later.
We'll see you next week.
Coming back in from 38 or 39 minutes, I think. I don't know. We'll see
Okay,
you
I
all
have
later.
a sandwich that I'm going to make next week that Isabel told me to make, and it's a torta, another torta.
Ooh,
But
you
this
mean
is gonna be-
torta?
Torta, and we're going to make it really
Authentic?
authentic. Mine
Nice.
was an Americanized one.
Yeah, I know. I
So
can
thanks for Isabel. She's going to send me the recipe from her dad, and we're going to make it. We're going to go to the
Nice.
store and get the bread.
tell.
We
Yeah,
might film going into Cardenas
I think we should.
and show you what that Mexican store is.
You know, I got a thing from Cardenas.
Cardenas.
You know, if you guys watch the food reviews on the YouTube Shorts on her channel page, our channel page,
Uh-huh.
the third one, third one, the second one. It was the second one. I went to Cardenas and grabbed the snacks. So if you guys are wondering where all those snacks were from, it's from Cardenas. I went in there.
Cardenas.
Yeah, Cardenas.
But if you can't find something and you don't speak Spanish, nobody can help you.
I can speak Spanish a little. That's why I was able to manage
Go
with
up and
it.
ask somebody, could you tell me where the canned
But I had
tomatoes
to.
are?
I'm shy to speak Spanish, but I had to in that moment. I mean,
And
I'm
I
half
asked
Mexican.
About 5
yeah.
people
Wow.
to help me find a can of tomatoes.
A can of tomatoes. Okay, listen, I'm half Mexican, so I can probably manage in that place. But I don't know about Carolyn.
I'm really not.
She's
Mexican.
like 20, 25, point,
I would-
25.
You know what I
Mexican.
said to a Spanish lady one time when I was trying to get her to find out if she understood me?
What?
I said, understando?
Oh my god!
And then somebody said,
Even an American person knows comprende.
comprende. I
Comprende.
just said, understando? And she goes, yes, yes. I go, "Really?"
Understando? That sounds racist. No, understando? Hey,
No,
you
I,
stupid American.
no, I was really being sincere. I was trying to help her.
I know.
Understando?
I need this done. Understando?
But she said yes.
She was like, what? Understand that?
Sometimes I just say yes to get rid of you, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yes,
we'll
yes,
say goodbye.
yes.
Say
I'm
goodbye
trying to
for
get
now.
rid of. I'm trying to get rid of him by saying yes. You know, you said that would work, right? Yes. Okay, we'll see you all next week.
One
see
more
you later.
thing.
Oh, this video's gonna be
So
an hour.
We said that the floors were pulled up,
Oh yeah.
and also I didn't want to do this, and so I thought maybe I wouldn't do it because the floors were all, and then also my nails are all destroyed.
I was
totally
tired.
destroyed.
We
and
were
I couldn't
also-
get them done till tomorrow.
We were also tired right now too. We don't want to do
We
it
were
either.
tired, and so funny.
Just not in a good mood. You know?
But we got out of it. We snapped out of it, and we did it. So we'll say goodbye. Thank you for joining us, our YouTube viewers, our
Yeah.
friends.
Our friends. Okay, we'll
Okay,
see you all
bye.
later. This is the longest video yet. Goodbye.
No, it isn't.
It is.
Goodbye.
You'll see. Okay, goodbye. Alright. So, this is floor. The wooden floor. Look at all the way out here in the dining room. They got a whole bunch of wood in the living room. Right here in the doorway where we do the video sometimes. So much things are moved.
River,
Yeah.
show them the front door. See that little square there that's in front of the door? Right
This-
there, that
the
kind of
vent?
lighter color wood square. That
Oh.
was all tile.
It was.
Yeah. And to break up the tile, you have to hammer it as hard as you can. It makes the worst sound imaginable.
I've heard that sound.
And Steve, I thought Steve was going to have to hammer every single square. And I actually I just didn't know what I was going to do if he was going to be hammered. I wanted to go stay at the Marriott. That's how bad the noise was.
Wow.
But he figured out a way to pull up the whole pad and take the whole thing out.
Wow.
We didn't have to hammer each.
That would have been terrible. I know that
You
sound.
know that it's worse.
Yeah,
than,
it's like-
worse than
It's worse than 1,000 balloons popping
Oh,
for hours. I've heard that
and it
sound.
was hard on Louie.
I bet.
They hear.
He's an elderly dog with better hearing than you.
Yeah.
And you're older than me. And you don't hear as well.
Well, I-
Imagine if I was there.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was just, it was brutal. So the hardest part is done. Steve pulling up this floorboard. See here, the floorboard, and then underneath the floorboard was a strip with nails that the carpet stuck to. He had to pull all that up. So Steve just worked. I had to help him because for him to do that alone would have just been insane. So for the three of us, we got up Wednesday morning at 5:30. And we worked from 5:30 to 8:30, and we had the whole thing pulled up, all of it on his pickup truck. He went to the dump and got rid of all the carpet and all the foam,
Wow.
and then now we've got this, and so now we're ready to lay.
I was just in my bed sleeping at my house.
Mhm.
I would have helped you guys if you would have invited me. I would have filmed it too.
Oh, that would have been before and after.
That would have been a full 5-hour video.
I wouldn't have wanted anybody to see that filth that was underneath that carpet.
I bet it was gross. I'm sure people have lived here before you, though.
Well, this was 20 years old when we bought it.
20 years of gross.
It was just sand. It wasn't filth.
You guys have lived here for 5 years, right?
No, going on 4.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it'll be nice, and I'll show you the new floor when it's all done.
Okay.
So that's our big
It looks so
project that I'm gonna
different.
talk about.
Yeah. So anyways, here's all the stuff. All the furniture removed. Outside. Must have taken a lot of
Outside.
taken a lot of work.
So show them. Well, don't show them anymore.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Look at all that.
It's
Crazy.
that hallway.
Yeah. So anyways, should we get
There's
going?
one more thing I was
Oh.
going to say that happened.
Okay, give me
Yes,
1
okay.
second. Let me get
Okay.
right in the good
Now
view.
get back and sit down with me.
Get in the good view.